We're turning to the US now, where police in Las Vegas say a woman intentionally plowed her car into crowds of people on the city's iconic strip. At least one person was killed and more than 30 people were injured. And as our Stephanie Elam reports, the driver had a young child in the car during the chaos.
This is a huge tragedy that has occurred on our strip.
A massive and deadly hit and run on the famous Las Vegas Strip.
We have determined that this is an intentional act.
Police say a female driver in her 20s ran her vehicle up onto the sidewalk, bustling with tourists, twice, possibly 3 times, plowing into nearly 40 people between Planet Hollywood and Paris Resort and Casino. The fatal incident unfolding while the Miss Universe pageant was underway inside Planet Hollywood.
She is in the detention center right now. She's speaking to detectives.
The suspect, speeding off with a 3-year-old toddler inside, was quickly apprehended by police less than a mile away. Investigators believe she's not a Las Vegas native, but say this is not an act of terrorism.
The information I got is she may have been here for a short period of time, but she's not from here. It's just a recent move here.
Shocked witnesses say pedestrians scrambled to stop the woman.
The car rolled right in front of me. So by the time I looked over to the right, all you can see her is driving away, and people are bouncing off the front of the car, and you can hear it. People were punching the window trying to get apparently a child out of the back seat. And she accelerated again and just kept mowing everyone down. Investigators
turning their attention to the vast amount of surveillance cameras outside the casinos.
We will comb through that footage to get a detailed idea of what occurred.
This as witnesses describe a horrific scene.
It looked like she wasn't even trying to stop the car. She had both of her hands on the wheel and was looking straight forward, and there were men running after her trying to stop the vehicle, and they couldn't get to her. They were yelling, "Stop, stop," and she just wasn't trying.
Stephanie Elam joins us now from Las Vegas. And Stephanie, as I mentioned earlier, this woman had a toddler in the car. Do we know yet whether she was drunk or on drugs?
Well, we know that police are checking, Linda. They said that they're working to get her blood work so that they can check to see if there were any controlled substances in her blood or if there was liquor involved. That's obviously where they would start this investigation. But we did hear from one of the officers saying that she did not seem immediately deeply impaired. So It's another wrinkle of confusion to this very bizarre story.
And one witness who spoke to CNN earlier said the driver had struck a number of children. Do we know yet who was killed or the condition of those who were injured?
Yeah, we don't know yet who was killed, but we do know one child was taken to a hospital. We are also learning that 5 Canadians were of those 37 people that were injured. And we do know that some of these people that were injured, of those 37, were in critical condition. And we also just learned now that there were 4 students from Pacific University in Oregon that were hurt. One was not taken to the hospital. We also know that 2 of them have already been released. One remains in the hospital at this time. They are on the men's wrestling team, and they were here in town for a tournament. So just starting to learn more and more about the people who just happened to be here at around 6:30 in the afternoon, early evening in Las Vegas on Sunday.
Yeah, our thoughts are with those victims. Stephanie Elam, thanks so much for that update. US Republican presidential candidate Lindsey Graham is dropping out of the race for the White House. The South Carolina senator tells CNN he has hit a wall. He sent out a message to his supporters less than an hour ago, thanking them for their backing, but concluding that now is not his time. Graham's campaign had struggled to gain traction. He barely registered in a recent CNN ORC national poll. We're still to come at the international desk. Authorities in Paris detain an Air France passenger after a bomb scare diverted a flight to Kenya. We'll have a live report just ahead. Also, Miss Colombia's crown is taken back after a reign of just minutes at the Miss Universe pageant. A live television blunder that's making headlines today. We'll have that story too.